sides of the story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Time now for both sides of the story on Power 106 FM. We will not take sides, but we listen to your side. Join us as we explore the issues, present the facts, speak with the experts, and as always, listen to both sides. What's your story? Tell us on both sides of the story. 922-4112, 922-4113, 922-4114, and 922-4115. You can listen to both sides of the story on the Gleaner's website, www.go-jamaica.com, on your mobile phones at tunein.com or nobex.com, or by dialing 832-551-5045 or 213-493-0133 in the USA. If you're in the UK, you can dial 020-3519-0145, and in Germany, 051-180-904044. Our email address is bothsides106@live.com, and you can join us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or link us up on Skype. We look forward to receiving your instant messages on MSN or Yahoo, and your text messages on 365-3346. Remember, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. So stay with us as we listen to both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106. Both sides of the story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Time now for both sides of the story on Power 106 FM. We will not take sides, but we listen to your side. Join us as we explore the issues, present the facts.
Sides of the story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Yes, both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Three kings came riding from afar, Melchior and Gaspar and Balthazar. 3 wise men out of the east were they, and they traveled by night and they slept by day. For their guide was a beautiful, wonderful star. The star was so beautiful, large, and clear that all the other stars of the sky became a white mist in the atmosphere. And by this they knew that the coming was near of the prince foretold in the prophecy. 3 caskets they bore on their saddle bows, 3 caskets of gold with golden keys. Their robes were of crimson silk with rows of bells and pomegranates and fir blows. Their turbans like blossoming almond trees. And so the 3 kings rode into the west through the dusk of the night over hill and dell, and sometimes they nodded with beard on breast, and sometimes talked as they paused to rest with the people they met at some wayside well. Of the child that is born, said Balthazar, Good people, I pray you, tell us the news, for we in the east have seen this star, and have ridden fast and have ridden far to find and worship the King of the Jews. And the people answered, You ask in vain. We know of no king but Herod the Great. They thought the wise men were men insane, as they spurred their horses across the plain, like riders in haste who cannot wait. And when they came to Jerusalem, Herod the Great, who had heard this thing, sent for the wise men and questioned them, and said, Go down unto Bethlehem, and bring me tidings of this new king. So they rode away, and the star stood still, the only one in the gray of morn. Yes, it stopped. It stood still of its own free will, right over Bethlehem on the hill, the city of David, where Christ was born. And the three kings rode through the gate, and the guard through the silent street, till their horses turned and neighed as they entered the great inn-yard. But the windows were closed, and the doors were barred, and only a light in the stable burned. And cradled there in the scented hay, in the air made sweet by the breath of kine, the little child in the manger lay, the child that would be king one day, of a kingdom not human but divine. His mother, Mary of Nazareth, sat watching beside his place of rest, watching the even flow of his breath. For the joy of life and the terror of death were mingled together in her breast. They laid their offerings at his feet. The gold was their tribute to a king. The frankincense with its odor sweet was for the priest, the paraclete, the myrrh for the body's burying. And the mother wondered and bowed her head, and sat as still as a statue of stone. Her heart was troubled, yet comforted, remembering what the angel had said of an endless reign and of David's throne. Then the kings rode out of the city gate with a clatter of hoofs in proud array, but they went not back to Herod the Great, for they knew his malice and feared his hate, and returned to their homes by another way.
We three kings of Orient, bearing gifts, we travel afar. Field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright. Westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Born a king on Bethlehem's plain, could I bring to crown him again? King forever, ceasing never, over us all. Frankincense to offer a vine, incense owns a day and night. Bring praise on and raising, worshiping God most high. Star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright. Westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
We three kings of Oriental, bearing gifts, we travel far. Field and fountain, pouring mountain, following yonder star. Heaven's mine is sweet perfume,
Breathes life with flowers to bloom.
getting higher, higher, praising God most high. Star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright. Westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright.
It's the 22nd day of the 12th and final month in this leap year, 2020, the International Year of the Nurse and the Midwife. 2020 is also the International Year of Plant Health. And elsewhere in the world, there are other observances. It's Army Day in Vietnam, Winter Solstice holiday in Hong Kong, and Las Posadas continúa en México. Hoy es martes el 22 de diciembre 2014. Y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa, Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos.
We three kings of Oriental.
C'est mardi le 22 décembre 2020 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service pour une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story. Le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue.
The European Union has been partnering with the Jamaican government to improve access to justice and has provided ICT equipment to 78 courtrooms to further modernize court proceedings. The time by the European Union is
2:15.
Enjoy the best of Jamaican theater, movies, television series, comedy, music, dance, and so much more via the internet on BSH, the best seat in the house, Jamaica. We deliver the leading entertainers and popular personalities in an exciting program mix that will hold your attention all year round. Best seat in the house, BSH, taking the best of Jamaica to the world for only US $2.95 per month. BSH, the ultimate Jamaican television channel. Log on now. BSHJamaica.com.
Bashko time! It's Christmas time again.
And to help with all your shopping needs, Bashko is open every Sunday till Christmas.
COVID safety measures will make it so we have to close a little earlier than we normally would during the season. So why wait? Come get your Christmas shopping done early and beat the rush.
We have everything you need and are doing our best to serve you this season. Even on Sunday.
Stereos and TVs too this season, it's for sure. Christmas is affordable at the store that gives you more. 30 years of giving you more.
COVID-19 has effectively changed our way of life, and to combat the pandemic, it's crucial that we focus on cutting-edge strategies to maintain proper sanitization, hygiene, and public health. Learn more about these cutting-edge strategies and get vital information that can help the individual and various sectors of society operate and thrive in the new normal by listening to the feature Maintenance Matters, airing every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. during Power Talk with Ronnie Thwaites. Maintenance Matters is brought to you by Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited, with head offices at 1 Eureka Road, Kingston 5. Telephone 876-920-4721-5. Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited. Get more than clean, get hygiene. That's Maintenance Matters during Power Talk, every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Join Jason Downer, Dawit Jeffrey, and Sekou Hunter every second and fourth Thursday at 8 p.m. live and exclusively on Power 106 FM for Magava's Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Do you have a son? Are you the guardian for boys? Do you teach or work with boys? What are some of the challenges you face? Are you searching for answers? Are you concerned about the state of our nation boys and males in general? Raising boys, teaching boys, preparing boys. Magava Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Join us.
Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Damas on Power 106 FM is now 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday. 1 hour of solid advice, great interaction, and a belly full of laughs. That's Dear Pastor, now 1 power-packed hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday here on Power 106 FM.
Bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect.
If you missed all we said just before 2:15, it's, yeah, you got some Spanish and some French. Here's the English. It's Tuesday, the 22nd of December, 2020, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never, ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
Star with royal, beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding. Guide us to thy perfect light.
We started out this afternoon with The Three Kings by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. And this is Joe Gibbs and the All-Stars Band, their rendition of We Three Kings. Another reminder of the reason for the season for those who celebrate Christmas. Whatever you celebrate, Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whether you say season's greetings or happy holidays, or if you say none of the above, that's fine. That's fine. It's what makes the world a wonderful place. The variety, the diversity, and the various cultural representations. Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Moran Point to Negril Point, From the Goat Islands to Galena Point, this is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those of you tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you would have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. We're live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Subscribers to onespotmedia.com also have access to both sides of the story in particular and Power 106 FM in general. We acknowledge those of you who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the USA and the UK. In fact, those in the United Kingdom who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can go ahead and dial 0330 606 0953 0330 606 0953. And if you're in the United States and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 631 359 8281. 631 359 8281. And as you're well aware, we're on Facebook Live. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page and affiliated pages. If you're logged on to Facebook, in the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you'll be able to see what's happening here on, in the studios. Apart from hearing, you get an opportunity to see what's happening. And also, we acknowledge those of you who have found other ways and means. In fact, we've been trying out the YouTube stream. So if you want to watch on YouTube, all you have to do is just go to youtube.com, and chances are you will see this video. You will see it among other videos, or you can type DERVAN MALCOLM and search, and you will find this live video. Apologies to those who have been missing us over the last few days, because what has happened, apparently Facebook has upgraded or updated its privacy settings, and therefore they first of all assume that you want to be the only one watching the video. So it seems the system automatically selects only me. So only me is one of the choices as to who can see your video. So the system would have selected only me. So those accustomed to just posting and going live straight away and everybody is watching, and you'll see the numbers coming up, would probably be looking at the screen and going, where is everybody? Nobody's watching me. Where is everybody? And that is, if that happens to you, it just means that Facebook, it seems the default setting for privacy when Facebook updated or upgraded its privacy policy recently was the default setting was only me. So we figured that out, and we're rolling again, and we're happy to see all those we haven't seen and interacted with in a few days, because I was the only one watching the video. You weren't in on it because Facebook automatically selected only me. And so those of you who have similar problems, just change the privacy setting to public and you should be fine. Let's clear these messages now. Hello, Audrey Smith in Southampton. Audrey Smith in Southampton, in the UK. She is online along with Inez Campbell-Brown in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Nicola in Mandeville, Manchester says, good afternoon to you too, Nicola. Natalie Ricketts says, hello, Teacher Malcolm. Hello to you too, Natalie Ricketts. Michael Carter, it's been a while. Good afternoon. Afternoon to you. Asilem Green Yes, that's what it is. Asylum, Assilem. Asylum Green, good afternoon to you. Beverly in Toronto, Canada, good afternoon. Travis the Gifted Hansen says, happy holidays, Dervan, and to all Jamaicans, both at home and abroad. Even though the presence of COVID-19 had somewhat dampened the spirit of numerous, you have amounts of people. Here's the thing with amounts and number. Remember, when you use amount, it usually is, it could be infinite. It's quantitative. It's quantity, amount. So you can count people. So you would say number of people, not amount of people. Number of people. You can count them. You can't count the grains of sand on a beach. So you can talk about the amount of sand on the beach. Amount of sand, amount of flour, the amount of sugar, but the number of people, the number of boxes, the number of cell phones, etc. You get the picture. Right, let's continue with the rest of the message. The number of people at home. We can still take this time out to observe and celebrate the true meaning of Christmas, which is Christ the King. Do not let the absence of money, materialistic things prevent us from celebrating. Put your lights up, drink your sorrel, and if you don't have the financial means to do so, celebrate with some who can give a helping hand. 2020 has been quite a year, but I know God will turn things around to make 2021 a year of increase. Listening today from Chicago. Hello, Travis the Gifted Hansen. You're traveling. He's in Chicago. Yeah, we stopped in Chicago once. That's O'Hare International Airport, I believe. Yeah, they have all these flags laid out, the flags of the world, obviously including the Jamaican flag. We remember that. Wayne Golding Sr., Esquire, CD, Commander of the Order of Distinction and a member of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. Happy holidays to you, Mr. Golding. He says, happy holidays, Brother D. It's good to see you in your Christmas colors. All the best to you and the family and all mankind for the season and all the best for the new year. Thank you very much. Yes, I was told to wear red today, Wayne Golding, because there's supposed to be a photo shoot for our calendar, the Power 106 calendar. So that's what the red shirt is about. And we'll see how that photo shoot goes, because I hear the shoot is upstairs and we have a program to run downstairs. So let's see. Let's see how it goes. Hello, Audrey Smith in Southampton in the UK says, good afternoon, Dervan. I would like to greet you and all 106 crew, as well as listeners. Something another here. Is it happy? Or is it Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year? Hoping that 2021 will be a better year for all. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Miss Audrey in Southampton. And Sonia Linton is in Florida. She says, Merry Christmas, Mr. Malcolm. All the very best for the new year. Thank you very much. We'll continue to read your messages after the break.
Bearing gifts, we travel afar. Field and fountain.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:30.
Enter for a chance to win $200,000 in cash and prizes in Liland's Ham-tastic Christmas giveaway. Buy any Lily's ham, leg or picnic along with 2 packs of our 1-pound medium to large assorted shrimp to enter while stocks last. For more information, check our website lilandlimited.com, Facebook and Instagram pages at Liland Limited, or call us at 960-4422, 960-8056 or 960-4507. Promotion runs from November 9, 2020 to January 8, 2021. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lottery Act. Liland Limited. Celebrate good times with good food and good friends.
Experience real Jamaican-style service when you fill up at Miranda Bay Texaco Gas Station, Long Bay Service Station, Braham's Texaco Service, and Gale Service Station. They remind all motorists to make sure windscreen wipers are clean and working. also brake lights and windows. They also implore customers and other road users to have an accident-free season.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and One Spot Media has a special gift for you and your family. Enjoy a 30% discount on our 6-month subscription plan and receive the gift of Jamaica's most authentic television and radio channels. Yep, you heard us correct. Enjoy a 30% discount when you purchase a 6-month subscription plan from One Spot Media. Simply log into onespotmedia.com, select the 6-month subscription plan, and click subscribe. Offer ends January 31, so don't hesitate. Subscribe now and let One Spot Media connect you with home.
Join Jason Downer, Dawit Jeffrey, and Sekou Hunter every second and fourth Thursday at 8 p.m. live and exclusively on Power 106 FM for Magaba's Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Do you have a son? Are you the guardian for boys? Do you teach or work with boys? What are some of the challenges you face? Are you searching for answers? Are you concerned about the state of our nation boys and males in general? Raising boys, teaching boys, preparing boys. Magaba Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Join us.
We three kings of Florida, bearing gifts, we travel afar. Field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
I want my arms around you for Christmas. I need no presents under the tree. You're all I want, my darling. And that will be the world to me. I want to share your kisses for Christmas. The rest is only tinsel and show. You're all I want, my darling. At candle glow and mistletoe. As far as I'm concerned, Santa doesn't have to load a sleigh. He can mark my other gifts returned or give them all away. I only want your loving for Christmas. No other kind of present will do. You're all I want, my darling. Please want me to. Please want me to. Please want me to. As I want you.
Well, we know a gentleman, well, a couple who would have enjoyed that one, especially the gentleman, because he's a Brooke Benton fan. Yes, Brooke Benton. See, we have been hearing a lot of Mariah Carey. Beautiful, lovely, it's exhilarating recording. All I Want for Christmas Is You. Beautiful. So this is the other side now. So this is the man saying, hey, all I want for Christmas is you. Whereas Mariah Carey is, well, you get the gist. So we had to balance it. So Brooke Benton's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Just in case you thought Mariah Carey was the first to do All I Want for Christmas, because there's also All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth. Yeah, there's that one as well, which is quite funny. And I suspect we'll be playing a few of these recordings for you this afternoon at some point when we have to take care of that photo shoot. But right now, let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. We're 3 days away from Christmas Day. 3 days away from Christmas Day. And just about 9 days before 2021. 9 days before 2021. And let's just continue to do our best to protect ourselves on all fronts. Herman Bowie Bailey, good afternoon to you. Hello to Tony Thomas. Thank you very much for tuning in. Asilem Green, thank you for your kind words. Tony Thomas says, season's greetings, Sir D, and everyone who is tuned in. So here's another teachable moment. Tony Thomas, you have everyone that is tuned in, or everyone tuned in. It would be everyone who is tuned in, or everyone who is listening. Everyone who is listening, or everyone who is tuned in, as opposed to everyone that. Right. Paul in Toronto, Canada, of the Paul Miles Foundation is greeting us. Hello, Paul. How are you? Thank you very much for tuning in. Herman Bowie Bailey says, blessings always, Mr. Malcolm, and everyone everywhere. Stay safe. And thanks for the correction, says Travis the Gifted Hanson. Well, we don't know any other way, Travis. We know no other way. It's, as we said on this program, was it last week? I was saying, from I was a child, whatever I learned, I was sharing, and sharing with my mother, to the point of correcting my mother as well, in a loving way, obviously. Yeah. So when we share, it's done lovingly, because we see an opportunity to broaden the reach of the knowledge, and that's what it's all about. We're just sharing. David Allen says, Mr. Holness is not doing well. Too much murders. Here's another teachable moment. Much should be many. Too many murders, because they can be counted. Yeah, but you can talk about too much rain and too much sun. You can't count the rain and the sun. You get it? Yeah. But too many murders. Right. Mr. Holness is not doing well, says David Allen. And he means to say too many murders under his leadership. Well, as we've always said on this program, and even before the advent of this program, that who was it who called the other day? And I think that's how we ended the program, essentially, that we have had changes of government or over the years, different between the two major political parties, PNP, JLP, PNP, JLP, PNP, JLP. And the murder rate over the years obviously has fluctuated, but never have we been able to consistently bring down the rate. We are yet to to find a way, it seems, to do that. And we know what the solutions are. So we have changed political parties over the years, and we still have the problem. We have had different ministers of national security over the years, and the problem persists. We have had many commissioners of police over the years. The problem continues, and so on and so forth. And therefore, perhaps we're looking in the wrong places for the solutions. Perhaps that's a part of the problem, that we're looking in the wrong places. The business of solving crime, the business of managing the safety and security apparatus of this country is one that is multifaceted. In other words, no one political party, no one government, no one police commissioner, no one minister of national security, no one individual can solve this problem. It needs all hands on deck. And until we get that, until we understand that, until we are able to actualize that, then we will always be struggling. Because there are people in this country who know when crimes are committed. People know. People know who's committing the crime. People know who the perpetrators are. They know them. They sleep with them, literally and figuratively. They eat with them. They play games with them. They're in their company. They hide guns for them, etc. And the biggest problem in this country is corruption. And the thing with that is, whenever we talk about corruption, we look straight at the politicians. And there is reason so to do. We've been given more than enough reason to do that. And so we look at the politicians. So we say the politicians are corrupt. The police are corrupt. The soldiers haven't, some of them haven't covered themselves in glory in recent times, which is sad, because that used to be at least one institution that could stand up to scrutiny. We hope they can salvage the reputation of the JDF, notwithstanding the recalcitrance of some members recently. And so we mentioned so we say the politicians are corrupt, the police are corrupt, the pastors are corrupt, and everybody else is corrupt, but we never look at ourselves. We point fingers at everybody else. And even those of us who deplore some of the crimes that we see occurring in this country, some of us, the same people who are decrying this, if night should turn to day, as Bob Marley would say, a lot of us would run away. And so we need to move away from that, expecting any one individual or any one group. We know what the problems are, and surprise, surprise, we actually know what the solutions are. But do we have the testicular fortitude to respond accordingly? Do we have the will? Can we do it? Of course we can. We are Jamaicans. But are we going to do it? That remains to be seen.
Or give them all away.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
The next person in line, your friend at school or your coworker, may have COVID-19 and not know because they have no symptoms. You, on the other hand, could be hospitalized for 2 months or more if you become infected. Is it worth it? Stay socially connected, but keep the physical distance. Stay 6 feet away and avoid a hospital stay. COVID-19 is not over. Protect yourself while protecting others. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
COVID-19 has effectively changed our way of life, and to combat the pandemic, it's crucial that we focus on cutting-edge strategies to maintain proper sanitization, hygiene, and public health. Learn more about these cutting-edge strategies and get vital information that can help the individual and various sectors of society operate and thrive in the new normal by listening to the feature Maintenance Matters, airing every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. during Power Talk with Ronnie Thwaites. Maintenance Matters is brought to you by Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited, with head offices at 1 Eureka Road, Kingston 5. Telephone 876-920-4721-5. Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited. Get more than clean, get hygiene. That's Maintenance Matters during Power Talk, every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Here I am every year, every Christmas.
For every year, every Christmas, Maurice Foster has hosted the #1 Christmas show on radio, Christmas with Foss. The program will be aired once again on Christmas Day, Friday, December 25, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Power 106 FM. Foss will play your favorite Christmas songs, accept your greetings, and do giveaways from his bag of goodies. That's Christmas with Foss, brought to you by KFC, Festive Feast, New Normal, New Christmas, Same Delicious Taste, Western Union, Moving Money for Better, Alice Duaney, The Electrical People, J&. Bank will help you find a way. Pioneer Manufacturing Limited, distributors of Chlordo Bleach. Chada Distributors Limited, the home of the Maxis Tire, your place to retire. ICWI, serving you is all we do. Sagicor, Wise Financial for Life. Courts Jamaica, bringing value home. And Courts Optical, value you can see.
So here I am every year, every Christmas.
Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Dumas on Power 106 FM is now 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday. 1 hour of solid advice, great interaction, and a belly full of laughs. That's Dear Pastor, now 1 power-packed hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday, here on Power 106 FM.
I need no presents under the tree. You're all I want, my darling, and that will be the world to me. I want to share your kisses for Christmas. The rest is only tinsel and show.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Let's take a call. Rascarver is on the text line, which is the same as the WhatsApp number. He's calling us directly as usual. Go ahead, Rascarver. Good afternoon. Greetings. Hello? Rascarver? Yes.
Come on, greetings.
Greeting.
You see, when you got to do that photo shoot, instead of you say cheese, say calendar. Because you see, cheese Zimbabwe has caused a lot of carbs to go malnourished. And they rob the milk from the cow to make those things. And Zimbabwe always have complaints they run out of milk. And him a big man with a teeth, need milk again. But say calendar, don't promote cheese.
All right, I'll do my best.
Now that will be good enough. You see, the difference that politicians make is what they say comparing to what they do. A lot of our politicians make a lot of promises that vanishes. So Mr. Holmes changed that and said, "We don't no promise you are going to vanish." He's now making a commitment to make Jamaicans sleep and wake up in the morning with their doors and windows open.
And you expected that to happen, Rascapa?
No, not at all. Only that to say, well, when you're saying that politicians are individuals alone can't do it, Mr. Holiness would not agree with you if you had said it to him.
No, I'm sure he himself knows that.
So why did he say that? That was a commitment, a verbal contract he gave to the people for their votes.
It's called the foot-in-mouth disease, which most politicians suffer from. That's what it is. Once you get on that platform, that political platform, and whatever the energy and it's like a Jamaican dance hall. Everybody wants a forward, and you have to give the people something. You have to say something. You have to give them something. That kind of an attitude, and and then before you know it, it comes back around to bite them. It's been happening for centuries. I heard on BBC, I think I've shared here before, in a discussion where somebody said politicians campaign in poetry but govern in prose.
So that means they should compromise their integrity for the Russia blood to the head at the moment.
Yeah, well, again, like I said, it's a disease. It's called the foot-in-mouth disease.
So should he be forgiven because he's suffering from such disease? Or should we hold him responsible for what he agreed on in that contract?
Well, that is totally dependent on the people of this country, and that is why we vote. That is why we voice our concerns, whether through letters to the editor or calls to talk shows such as this one, etc., etc.
Brethren, that now go nowhere further than where it stopped. The people should have the power to sue politicians when they have a verbal contract with me to get my vote. And when me give them my vote, what they sign off on to deliver, they don't deliver. It is breach of contract. The people should be able to sue them. Then they won't say things that they know they can't do. Until it reaches there, so politicians have always said these things. And by the time why the election come out, people don't remember what they may say.
Well, it's the same politicians you're taking on now who would have to make that conscious decision to put forward proposals or some kind of suggestion in an official way, in a parliamentary way, for that to happen. So you're counting on the same politicians to put in place the kind of laws or legislation that is going to hold them accountable for just what you said a short while ago.
Because the people allow politics to divide us, that we lose our people power. We pay them.
Oh, you can't lose it without your permission, you know.
No, if they take it away without my permission, it is taken away anyway.
No, man.
What do you mean, no, man?
We would have seen enough countries in the world within the last, I don't know, let's see, what year is this? 2020, closing out. Within the last 10 years, minimum or maximum, within the span of about 10 years, how many governments have fallen or have been forced to? I'm surprised that Mr. Lukashenko is still in power in what's the name of that country? Where the people are totally against the results of the election and are not prepared to accept it. And they have been demonstrating for months now.
Yeah, but Jamaica, you see, if you go there to go demonstrate, people are going to say, boy, you have fight against them party. And if people from that party go to them and say you're not patriotic, you sell out. So politics has divided the people to the point that they're afraid to demonstrate or to make their rights seen or heard.
And it's only that they make. It's only the people who can fix that. The country I was trying to remember is Belarus, the president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, who refuses to get out of office. The people will have nothing more to do with him, and he's still hanging around. Is
he related to Mr. Trump?
As my mother would say, some people don't have them shame tree cut down. I mean, people are saying they don't want you, and you're again, as my mother would say, push up yourself on people.
Yeah, but to move from this point quickly is that the people power. We need to take back the power from our politicians. That we pay them, we employ them. They should not be the most honorable. What makes us the most
Bruce Golding said it when he was being sworn in on the 12th of September, 2007. He said it. He was the one who, in his speech, having checked the etymology of the word minister, reminded those of us who knew and educated those who didn't that the word meant servant. A minister is a servant. And in his speech, he said, today, I have become the chief servant. I have that speech on tape along with all the others. I've been at a few inaugurations.
Embedded in the Constitution, and you say at the time when, and that's as far as it went.
The point I'm making is, it is very well known that is how it's supposed. The system of democracy, demo means people. That's how the system is supposed to work. Demo for people, demonstrations. Usually, people are etc. etc. But
people must stand up and demand how their tax dollars should be spent, and the people should be invited to Parliament to make suggestions in making major decisions that's going to affect us too.
I don't think anybody can stop you from going to Parliament. You obviously
but
you need.
Whenever sit down, you can't say nothing.
So you would have to if for example with NIDS there's a joint select committee that has been set up or is to be set up that provide, when those committees are meeting, they provide opportunities for members of the general public to not only attend these meetings and make their suggestions, but they can also put it in writing. Usually they have they set up a mailing information, whether digital or otherwise, where you can send in your comments, your suggestions, your concerns, etc. And they have people who get paid to go through and then to include those thoughts, ideas, suggestions in the overall. Yes, they do. They do. Really? Believe it. Yes, they do. They do.
Well, a lot of us don't know about it then.
Yes.
But it was a poem or a quotation or a statement that you read about the three kings who went to found Jesus. Was it the three kings or the three wise men, the shepherd?
Hold one moment, please. One moment.
And that will be the world to me. I want to share your kisses for Christmas. The rest is on.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3 o'clock.
Whatever the time, whatever you do, Hanes underwear is the brand for you. Hanes underwear for the perfect fit. Hanes underwear is a hit. Dressing up to go with Hanes under is how we flow. Comfort and style for everyone. A favorite for generations. Hey, Hanes. Hanes for the perfect fit. Hanes is a hit.
Hanes, the must-wear underwear.
COVID-19 has effectively changed our way of life, and to combat the pandemic, it's crucial that we focus on cutting-edge strategies to maintain proper sanitization, hygiene, and public health. Learn more about these cutting-edge strategies and get vital information that can help the individual and various sectors of society operate and thrive in the new normal by listening to the feature Maintenance Matters, airing every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. during Power Talk with Ronnie Thwaites. Maintenance Matters is brought to you by Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited, with head offices at 1 Eureka Road, Kingston 5. Telephone 876-920-4721-5. Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited. Get more than clean, get hygiene. That's Maintenance Matters during Power Talk, every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM. Tune in to Farm Talk, 6:18 to 6:35 a.m. the first Tuesday of every month, and 6:18 to 6:45 p.m. the last Tuesday of every month for First San in the Field. Real issues, real solutions. Join the Newport First San team in the field as they identify problems and tell you how to address them. First San in the Field, Real Issues, Real Solutions is brought to you by Newport First San Jamaica Limited, the first on the land.
No other kind of present will do.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Yes, Rascava, that was a poem. The poem we used was by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. So that it's the same three wise men being referenced there. They
as the three kings.
Yeah. There are sometimes
as the shepherds.
Yeah, the three wise men are also sometimes called the three kings.
And they were the shepherds that were tending to sheep also.
The three wise men are the ones who are sometimes referred to as the three kings.
So the shepherds are a different set of people.
You know the story better than I do, I'm sure.
Yeah, because they say the shepherd while shepherd watch their flock by night, all seated on the ground.
Yes.
Right. They see a star. But what I used to say, the white shepherd wash their socks by night and hang them out to dry. Some dirty thieves was passing by and said, these socks are mine. I do believe that chink is bigger than flea. So, what I'm saying
is that a true story, Rascava?
That's what. Oh boy. Those good old days. But having said all of that,
yes.
How could shepherd be out there in the night tending to sheep when they should be in the barn locking them away from wild animals that they could star and follow it to find the baby? Shepherd out there tending to sheep in the night when they can be snatched away by wild animals. They lock them in the barn for early.
Well, everything in its proper context, Rascava. Perhaps there was some cultural practice which necessitated the presence of the shepherds and their flock by night as opposed to by day, or both.
Cultural, running the risk of a wild animal where prey at night, take with their sheep.
That could very well have been part of the culture back then. So that it demonstrated a level of commitment, because sheep are supposed to be good followers. They're supposed to have a level of, I don't know, there's something, I read that some time ago, but the idea could be that the shepherds are demonstrating their commitment to the sheep, or maybe they're reciprocating said commitment, because the sheep are just as loyal.
Yeah, but sheep don't feed in the night, man. Sheep feed at the rest at night, like people.
Well, I would humbly suggest that
the point is it casts doubt on that story. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you're free to ask the questions. What you might want to do to inquire further is to do some research. and see if you can figure out or if you can identify a reason why shepherds were watching their flock by night.
No, but Bethlehem is somewhere up in the North Pole. When it would be snowing at this time of the year, make it impossible for grass to be out there to feed the sheep.
Well, again, if we agree that, for those who argue on the subject of climate change, that there is climate, could it be that back then it was a different
kind? Jamaica start to have snow.
Yeah.
All right, my brother. Give thanks, teacher.
Thank you for the call. All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. The other story to climate change is, well, usually when I want to be a bit provocative, I ask the question whether is the climate really changing, or is it that we just happen to be living at a time when the earth is going through a natural phase, a normal phase. And that usually gets people arguing and debating. But anyway, something to think about. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Oh my goodness, it's the eve of Christmas Eve, which would make it the eve of the eve of the eve of Christmas Day. Something like that. Anyway, never mind. Fooling around. Let's clear some more messages. Harlem Uptown says, happy holidays, Savlamar. Hello, Dervan. Happy holidays to you too, Harlem Uptown. Al McCoy says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. The accident resulting in the death on the main road in Itaboreal out of Anota Bay might not have happened hadn't it been for the bad state of the road after the repair of a pipeline by the government agency responsible for the repair. One of the things we like to say on this program, Al, is one thing following another is not necessarily an indication that one caused the other. If there is sufficient evidence after some kind of inquiry into that situation that what you're saying is in fact so, then so be it. But outside of that, you would need some evidence to tie the two things together. But thank you for your message nonetheless. David Allen says, I read that already, didn't I? Yes. Anju, A-N-J-U, Anju Chambers says, Merry Christmas to everyone in Litchfield, Mile Gully, especially my mom and dad, Merlene Lodge and Earl Chambers. Tomorrow is my dad's birthday. Please, Mr. Malcolm, wish him happy birthday for me. Thank you. Happy birthday, Earl Chambers, just in case we don't remember to do it tomorrow. Let's see. Let me write it down here. Earl Chambers' birthday. Announce. All right, I've written it down. Hopefully I remember to check the book I've written it in. And so happy birthday when it comes to you, Earl Chambers. All the best. David Allen says Jamaica has the highest murders in the Caribbean, second lowest currency in the Caribbean, very high squatting settlements, no national airline, both main airports controlled by foreign nationals, one of the highest gaps between the rich and the poor in the Caribbean, and the highest wage inequality in the Caribbean. Mr. Malcolm, do you see where this Prime Minister making any drastic action to solve these embarrassments? Well, let's see. Let's take them one by one. Again, it comes back to the point. I know we have a sort of a messianic view of a prime minister in Jamaica. I don't think it's unique to Jamaica. We expect, and after all, the buck stops with the prime minister. And why shouldn't we expect? We expect the prime minister to lead. And the best way to lead, as we know, is by example. And the capacity, a prime minister should have the capacity to bring people together, to get people to buy into a vision and or a mission, to be able to listen. Listening is key. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So we should listen twice as much as we speak. So to be able to listen and to be discerning in listening, and also having listened to everybody, it is expected that a prime minister would then be judicious in making decisions and not just tippy-toe decisions, a little bit here and a little bit there, but far-reaching, sustainable decisions, long-lasting decisions. And then over time, when we reflect on the evolution of our country, we are able to say, well, during this period of time, Jamaica's economy was at its most prosperous, and naturally, whoever was prime minister at that time or for that period, and invariably you might find more than one, then naturally they'll take the credit. Just as how if the opposite happens, they have to hug it up as well. But we again take the same position we have taken with respect to crime. No one individual, no one political party, no one group of people can cause the kind of change that needs to happen in Jamaica to happen. But we also recognize the power of one, which is an important point to be made, because all the revolutions of this world you can think of, all the changes, all the developments, all the discoveries, etc., the inventions, the innovations, invariably started by one person. So let's not discount the power of one. But having said that, it's one person starting, one person perhaps with a vision, one person who is able to light that candle and be that light in the darkness of whatever the problem, the tribulation that a nation is going through, and to be able to take others with him or with her to achieve the goal, to achieve the mission. So there you go. I don't know if that answers your question or gives you the response that you're looking for, but thank you. Let's take the break and come back.
All the way, I only...
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15. Keep a gratitude journal and each day record at least one thing for which you are grateful. This can help to improve your sense of well-being. This mental health tip was brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Hose Assembly and Supply HAS is the best at what they do. They supply hoses, fittings, and tools. They guarantee they are unbeatable in price and quality combined. Branded by you as the hose and tool boss with the most effective industrial solutions. Come jamaicahostboss.com. Experience the joy of shopping with the host boss. Call 876-923-3936 or visit them at 173 Hagley Park Road, 2 Charlesworth Crescent, or Montego Bay Trade Center. HAS would like to thank their customers for over 30 years.
COVID-19 has effectively changed our way of life, and to combat the pandemic, it's crucial that we focus on cutting-edge strategies to maintain proper sanitization, hygiene, and public health. Learn more about these cutting-edge strategies and get vital information that can help the individual and various sectors of society operate and thrive in the new normal by listening to the feature Maintenance Matters, airing every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. during Power Talk with Ronnie Thwaites. Maintenance Matters is brought to you by Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited, with head offices at 1 Eureka Road, Kingston 5. Telephone 876-920-4721-5. Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited. Get more than clean, get hygiene. That's Maintenance Matters during Power Talk, every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Damas on Power 106 FM is now 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday. 1 hour of solid advice, great interaction, and a belly full of laughs. That's Dear Pastor, now 1 power-packed hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday, here on Power 106 FM.
Tune into Farm Talk, 6:18 to 6:35 a.m. the first Tuesday of every month, and 6:18 to 6:45 p.m. the last Tuesday of every month for First San in the Field. Real issues, real solutions. Join the Newport First San team in the field as they identify problems and tell you how to address them. First San in the Field, Real Issues, Real Solutions is brought to you by Newport First San Jamaica Limited, the first on the land.
Lots of messages pouring in here on your program, both sides of the story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Let's go to the phone lines. I'm hearing that hum already. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon.
Yes, feeling good to you, sir.
To you too.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, last week, one afternoon, I heard two of your callers was asking, one from the diaspora, one locally, if there were no herbal medicine cannot found in Jamaica, because of the vaccine and different things. And my answer to that is yes. I know persons with very good herbal medicine that can fight COVID, testing and proven already.
All right. Well, for that, I would suggest you speak with a member of our sales team about putting on an ad on the station to advertise the products that you want advertised. But other than that, we're not going to allow you to promote any particular herbal product from any source. It's because then it becomes commercial.
Yes, but that's not. I'm going to finish it. So. What individual really would need is for those in to hear about it and see what they will do with it. But it could be a national thing, it could be something. Jamaica missed a golden opportunity to be the first country that could find something to fight COVID.
No, what we fight is not COVID, technically speaking. We fight the symptoms of COVID-19.
That's what we're talking about, sir.
Right, everybody has a story. There are people who will tell you what bush tea they drink, and what they boil, and what they put on with what part of the body, etc. Again, we maintain one thing following another is not necessarily an indication that one caused the other. That's an important point that needs to be made. But my late mother used to say, belief kill and belief cure. I remember that as well. So whatever works for you, if you try something and it works for you, look, you have a glorious opportunity these days. You can go live on Facebook, you can go live on YouTube, you can go live on Instagram, and you can say to the world, seriously, I'm not joking, you can say to the world, I am John Brown in Jamaica. These are the things I have been taking for COVID-19 to fight the symptoms of COVID-19. And you can take it from there, plain and simple.
Okay.
That's what I would humbly suggest. If you, because you sound as if you have found gold. If you really believe you have found gold, then go ahead and spread the word. And
so why not if the persons in authority do that, then they don't it benefit the country and everybody?
Well, you can write to the Minister of Health or his permanent secretary or his director of communications. You can just call the Ministry of Health and say, I have found something here, want to share it.
You have a number for them?
Oh, that's easy. That's a cell phone you're calling us on?
Yes, sir.
Right. So just, you have internet on your phone?
Not your
Yeah, but you can call, what is it, 117? I think you can call 117. That's directory assistance.
Just that?
Yeah, 117. I think that's the number if you need to get a number. Or is it 11? I don't want to give you the wrong information, you know. I haven't done that in years. Let me see what happens. Let me call 117 and see what happens. I hope it's not the fire brigade. I don't remember if it's, is it 114? Well, it says call failed. Maybe 11. What happens on 114?
Directory inquiries.
Right, 114. Call 114.
Okay, so thank you.
Okay, take care.
Yeah.
This is your program, Both Sides of the Story. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Errol in Maryland says, good day, Dervan. Top of the season to you. No. This is Errol in New Jersey. Sorry. Errol in New Jersey says, good day, Dervan. Top of the season to you and all listeners around the world. All the best to you too, Errol in New Jersey. Janet Otti Monteith says, Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope we all are able to meet the new year with health, strength, and wealth. God's richest blessings to all. Thank you very much, Janet Otti Monteith. All the best. Andrew Chambers, ANJU, says, it's the same in Uganda, Mr. Malcolm. That dictator don't want to give up power, and he's 82 years old. But this is the part that I don't get. I in cricket, you hear about bowing out. Well, not just cricket, but generally speaking in life, you're supposed to bow out gracefully. Leave the scene gracefully, right? As opposed to people have to be dragging you out of the seat to say, come on, it's time for you to go. Get out of this politics business. Come out of this whatever. No, man, that's not dignified. That's not dignified. Look, we're all going through phases and stages. And some of us, if we're blessed and highly favored, some people like to use luck and fortunate. If you're lucky or if you're fortunate. Well, if you're lucky, fortunate, or blessed and highly favored, then you may or may not get to the retirement age. But for those of us who, if we live that long, we should be using the opportunity to share with others, share our experiences, writing our memoirs, recording our stories or experiences, so that those who come behind us, as Steve Green says in his song, will find us faithful in more ways than one. That's the idea. So we're not supposed to be hugging up a position until we can hardly walk and people have to be begging us, please, because we start holding back the team now. We shouldn't have to come to that. It shouldn't have to come to that. It shouldn't have to come to that. Bo O'Dizzle says, night from Birmingham, UK. Say hello to the Baugh family in Portmore, Cumberland. Hello to the Baugh family in Cumberland, in Portmore, from Bo O'Dizzle in Birmingham, in the UK. Charlie Smith is dying with laugh, as he has here. DWL, dying with laugh. Or in Jamaica, we said deading with laugh, or something like that. Anyway, Andrew says, thank you very much, Mr. Malcolm. Watching from New York City, Manhattan. Right. Good to have you online, on board. Thank you, Andrew. How long have you been in Manhattan? Somebody gave a joke some years ago that he was living in Manhattan. From Manhattan was Boyhattan. Anyway, Janet Monteith, hello to you. Basil Beadle, Barbara Coburn. That's how that name is pronounced. Cockburn. It's spelled Cockburn, but pronounced Coburn. Cockburn. It's Coburn. And I would know because I attended Coburn Gardens All-Age School in 3 Miles. And there's an area called Cockburn Pen, but it's actually Coburn Pen. Stevenson, the Overcomer Carl, hello to you. Prasani Henry, welcome. Alva Cole. Stevenson, the Overcomer Carl says, never knew that you were a stand-up comic, Mr. Malcolm. LOL. Oh, well, now you know. Yeah, from I was in school, actually. A bit of a class clown at some stage. And I used to do impersonations while I was at school as well, pretending to sound like this teacher or this prime minister or so on and so forth. Yeah. And as an adult, I've done quite a bit of that at home and abroad. And I did do a stand-up comedy up at Hope Road along with Dennis Brooks, because Dennis Brooks does impersonations as well. And we had fun, actually. That was fun. Right. So we do that. Let's continue with more because we love to laugh, actually. We love to laugh. We love comedies as opposed to tragedies. Let's go to the phone lines. 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Teacher, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm giving thanks for life. And you?
I am doing the very same. Did you saw the stars last night?
Oh, did I see the stars last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you conjugate the first verb already, the verb to do, did. So the next verb that comes after that, you don't need to conjugate it. You keep it as it is. So I'm sorry, I can't help myself. Teachable moment.
Yes,
sorry.
Teachable call, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes. I was asking if you were on your balcony last night with your what do you call it, microscope.
Oh, I missed. Oh goodness, I missed something last night.
Yes, they were saying that these two planets were aligning themselves last night, but one in the country I didn't see. They were more to see if we're in Kingston.
Oh, I'm so sorry I missed that. I was with family in the hills, and then what time did we come down? We were pretty much on the road. We were traveling. Might have been traveling at that time.
Okay.
Yes. Was it last night? Yesterday was what day of the week again? Yesterday was Monday.
Yes.
No, it was. What was I doing last night? No, maybe I just went to bed early because I usually go to bed early anyway.
Okay.
Right. All right. Hold it. Please don't move. One moment, please.
As I'm concerned, Santa doesn't have to load a sleigh.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:30. Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Damas on Power 106 FM is now 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday. 1 hour of solid advice, great interaction, and a belly full of laughs. That's Dear Pastor, now 1 power-packed hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday here on Power 106 FM. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and One Spot Media has a special gift for you and your family. Enjoy a 30% discount on our 6-month subscription plan and receive the gift of Jamaica's most authentic television and radio channels. Yep, you heard us correct. Enjoy a 30% discount when you purchase a 6-month subscription plan from One Spot Media. Simply log into onespotmedia.com, select the 6-month subscription plan, and click subscribe. Offer ends January 31, so don't hesitate. Subscribe now and let One Spot Media connect you with home.
At Candle Glow.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story of Jamaicans at home and abroad. We're live on Power 106 FM, 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. Thanks for holding.
Yes, Dervan. I'm sure you're up to date with the news that is making the rounds now about the new strain of coronavirus.
Well, I heard the doctor or scientist on the BBC making the distinction between a strain and a variant.
Oh, so it's two different things.
Yeah, well, she was making the distinction, referring to that which is unfolding and spreading in the UK and elsewhere as a variant, because a variant is defined as a form or a version of something that is different in some respect from other forms of the same thing.
And the strain would be what?
The strain, on the other hand, as I understand it, is more like it's a particular breed or stock or variety of an animal or plant. It's also used to refer to a microorganism, maybe like a virus, with a distinct form of biochemistry or virulence. Now, the key thing there is distinct form, so that it means strain is stronger than variant. In other words, she used the example. She said, if you're looking for a particular somebody who committed a crime, you already have the person's image in your database, right? However, in trying to trick you, the person wears a cap or a mask. But because, and this is, she was dressing up COVID-19. So pretend as if COVID-19 is a wanted person. The police have all the information on this wanted person, all the details. But this person is in a public space right now. A policeman or somebody notices somebody wearing a cap. But for a moment there, he thought, isn't that COVID-19? Or maybe not. And he's doubting whether that's COVID-19 because the individual is wearing a cap. COVID-19 is wearing a cap. So only to find out that it is, in fact, maybe by a raising of the hand or and revealing his tattoo or something, the police said, no, man, this is the same fellow, because the COVID-19 we were looking for had a tattoo on the right hand and said, this fellow wearing the cap, and then they would move in. But they can deal with him because they know him from head to toe. So that's what the scientist was saying.
So it says that more fit a variant.
Right. So the scientist was saying that this is, they have everything they need to have on COVID-19. This is what they call, as I said, a variant, so that it's like COVID-19 wearing a mask or COVID-19 wearing a hat. But you can still fight COVID-19 because you have everything on COVID-19 to fight COVID-19. or to fight a variant of COVID-19.
But our personnel who seek to identify it won't be fooled.
Well, this is it. The body, for example, once you're inoculated with the vaccine, once you have the vaccine, what the scientist was saying, the vaccine, the vaccine should cause your body to recognize. The vaccine is so programmed that it is so created that it should be able to detect the variant as well as it would detect COVID-19.
Before we get to the vaccine,
yes,
I just want to find out what you get from the scientists. If they're saying that in spite of the COVID having on a hat and a mask and all of that, those persons who are testing for COVID won't be fooled by it.
No, man, the testing has been a part of our daily routine globally for quite a while now.
Yeah, man, I understand that, but because this variant now is
So you're wondering if it will show up, if
it is as easy to identify within the testing process.
Well, I think that is what the scientist was saying. They should still be able to identify it. They should still be able to say whether it's in your system or not. And even if they're not, it will trigger something.
Okay, something will trigger.
Something would be triggered in that respect. But hey, I'm not the expert. I'm just trying to remember all I heard on BBC from that scientist. Yes,
I think I heard something too. I want to check if you heard it. That they're saying that it is this variant is 70% more easier to be infected, easier to pass.
Yeah, it's
on,
more.
Like.
I think the term that would be used is virulent. Let me just make sure I'm getting that right. I think that's the term. That's the term that is used, which means yes, it's like it spreads. It spreads. It spreads rapidly or otherwise. It is more severe harmful in terms of its effects. So for example, the example here, according to the Oxford, let me just check the pronunciation here. This looks like virulent. Yeah, it's a virulent strain of influenza. That's one of the examples they have used by using the word virulent. So it's an extremely severe or harmful in its effects. But there's also an indication that it does move through the population very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what we're picking up.
Yeah.
So we definitely have to try everything to block this. But Dervan, could it be that you're trying to block it, but the fact that it is already here, it can also morph while it's here?
No, there's only any morphing that has taken place so far is the morphing we've been referring to, the mutation.
The mutation, yeah.
Right, which is the variant.
So that's how it mutate they're seeing a mutation in the
England, UK, yes.
In the UK. Why can't we see the same thing here?
Well, we don't know. The question is whether we are testing at the rate that we need to be testing to have a more comprehensive picture of what COVID is doing or not doing in Jamaica. So the question is is whether our testing is as prevalent as it needs to be. You know, as meaning
prevalent, or the question could be, do we have the tools to pick up those kind of
No, but as of now, the experts haven't said that there are no tools, that we have to create new tools to detect the variant of COVID-19.
Okay.
I mean, we would have heard that already, to say, well, there's a particular technique that would have to be, because again, remember, we've said from the outset, and the experts themselves have said it, we're all learning. We're all learning about COVID-19, and this learning is going to go on for some time. And it's if we put our learning to good use, then we should be able to eventually overcome COVID-19. And the scientists will tell you that they have put the learning to good use by creating the vaccines, which are already out on the market.
Yeah.
So if there's anything else, then what it means is that they're examining that data right now as we speak. They're examining, they're taking specimens, etc., to make sure that they have a handle on this latest development.
From what you have garnered so far, you pick up if those of us, the countries like us who are a part of the COVAX facility, if our vaccine is already ready, if they found something
I think it isn't ours supposed to be, is Moderna. I think it's the Moderna we're supposed to be getting, the Moderna vaccine. And as far as I'm aware, that is ready. That one was rolled out in the UK. I think it was Moderna that was rolled out in the UK, and then the Pfizer BioNTech in the USA.
Well, the Pfizer is not for us, because they say that needed to be stored at certain levels where we can't afford.
No, man, Pfizer BioNTech in the USA. Yeah, man, that's what I said. In the USA. Sorry, I was just communicating through the glass with my program assistant, Davin Thomas. Yes. Sorry, you were saying?
Yes, I was saying the Pfizer wouldn't be for us.
No. It's the Moderna, which is ready.
Okay.
But as to when it will get to us, all the logistics that need to be worked out, and the quantities, that for added quantities that have to be created, is another thing.
You said something a couple of months ago that keeps me grounded with all these conspiracy theories that are floating around. You said that institutions are built up over time, and so that is where I am placing my trust in the institutions, like the FDA and institutions like those. What about the office of the President of America? Do you think there is enough trust still repose in that office, such as we see the incoming president doing his vaccination live? Do you think people still repose that trust there?
It's sometimes people find it rather difficult to separate the office from the office holder, but people come and people go. People die every day, and babies are born every day. All of us as individuals must recognize that we are called to serve at different points in our lives, and the subject of our work should always be the service that we give, though they not about us. And so people are, but because people are people, and we're driven by, a lot of us, most of us, all of us, one way or another, at some point or another, are impacted by our ego. We like to say man's biggest problem is a 3-letter word, EGO. So it's really ego that you see on show. But the system does have and does account for such a situation. But the situation has to get to a certain threshold for those mechanisms to kick in. In other words, there are tethers, TETHERS. There are constraints at different points in with respect to the office of the presidency in the US. And as we've said, America is going on to president number 46. How many of them are still alive? One moment, please.
I want my arms around you for Christmas. I need no presents under the tree. You're all I want.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:46 on Power 106.
Kira, I'm very worried about Daddy, you know.
Why?
Because he drinks and drives so fast. And
I know. I'm worried about him too. Let's talk to him when he comes into the car.
Okay, girls, ready to go.
Daddy, you know we love you, right?
I should hope so.
But Chinel and I are worried about the way you drive.
Well, as of now, all of that will change. I really love you both and I want to live to see you grow.
Thank you, Daddy.
Road safety begins with you.
A message from the Road Safety Unit, Ministry of Transport and the Mine.
A brighter Christmas you'll see with complete optical services from Optical Smart. The best prices in eyewear and optical services are always in focus, so come visit us. As you celebrate this holiday season, may the joy, warmth, and comfort of the season fill your hearts and home. Have a very Merry Christmas from Optical Smart, Ligany Plaza, 134 Old Hope Road, Kingston. Telephone 970-3016. See the difference.
Both sides of the story.
Tune in this and every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. for Kids Connect during Both Sides of the Story with host Dervan Malcolm to hear from children in a discussion series on building a strong relationship with your child. We invite children to call in and voice their concerns. Kids Connect is brought to you by the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA. Every child deserves protection. And Rise Life Management Services, 57 East Street, Kingston. That's Kids Connect during Both Sides of the Story at 3:30 p.m. this and every Tuesday, right here on Power 106 FM.
Both sides of the story.
COVID-19 has effectively changed our way of life, and to combat the pandemic, it's crucial that we focus on cutting-edge strategies to maintain proper sanitization, hygiene, and public health. Learn more about these cutting-edge strategies and get vital information that can help the individual and various sectors of society operate and thrive in the new normal by listening to the feature Maintenance Matters, airing every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. during Power Talk with Ronnie Thwaites. Maintenance Matters is brought to you by Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited, with head offices at 1 Eureka Road, Kingston 5. Telephone 876-920-4721-5. Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited. Get more than clean, get hygiene. That's Maintenance Matters during Power Talk, every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Thanks for holding.
Yes, sir. So you were going on to say?
I don't even remember. What was I saying?
I was saying with what President Trump did with the office of the president.
No, he didn't do anything to the office of the president. He did something to himself, a lot of things to himself. And
I think he damaged the office in Dervan.
No, well, what are we going to do? Bulldoze the White House? I mean, come on.
When you look at the operatives, them that's supposed to work within the system, and they were just going along with him. Even the what they call it, the office of the
Remember, first of all, Joe Biden. What's going to happen with the transition? 4,000 people are going to be without a job in government.
Okay.
4,000 from one president to the other, from outgoing to incoming. So leaving with Donald Trump will be 4,000 other people. And coming in with Joe Biden will be 4,000 people. Right? So that you would expect, if you are brought in, and it happens here in Jamaica as well, in terms of the changing of persons who sit on boards. We have 250 odd or more boards, agencies, of government agencies, departments, etc. And naturally, and I think there's a policy that is being amended, or the policy is being written. I'm not sure. Is it finished? I think it's led by the finance minister, where they're putting in place certain stipulations as to who can sit on a board in Jamaica. Because the practice has usually been for political adherents, etc., to be the ones who are given these positions. The point we're making is, if you have all these people surrounding you, these are people you brought in. If they're going to go against you, it means they're going to resign thereafter. They maybe say publicly what they think about a decision and then resign, right? But the system itself has a mechanism in place that if the office holder if the behavior of the office holder gets to that certain threshold, there are actions that can be taken. It's just that those actions weren't triggered, as bad as we think and believe and would have seen things. Yeah.
That's where the dilemma is, Dervan. Because
but this is one man. This is one man. One man does not a country make, or something like that.
If the threshold is so high to trigger those mechanisms, can we truly repose confidence in such a system?
Well, it's a system that is as old as Kingston Public Hospital. America is 244 years old. 244 years old. And they're going on to president number 46. Just a handful of them are still alive. Do you get the point?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay, Dervan. All right. You catch up again.
All right. Take care. That's why we must work to build resilient offices, resilient postings, resilient positions, so that when I think it was Colin Powell, Jamaica's Colin Powell, former Secretary of State of the U.S., his family is from St. Elizabeth, who said, let me see if I remember this. He said, do not keep your ego too close to your position, or the other way around. Do not keep your position too close to your ego, lest your position, you lose that position and your ego goes with it, or words to that effect. So the problem is when we get caught up in ourselves, we become self-centered, and it's all about us. What tends to happen is that we become a slave to that energy, so that even when that power is leaving us, we are hanging on for dear life. We're hanging on for dear life, whatever we can find, whatever loopholes, something, because no, I can't, this can't happen. I have to hold on. No, I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go. But you've got to go. You've got to go. There's a song. Who did it? Was it Prince Buster? They've got to go. They've got to go, or something like that. You've just got to go when you've got to go. That's just the way it is. So we shouldn't get too caught up. And if our ego is built into our clothes and our shoes and our cars and our house or houses and everything else. And if something happens and we lose one of those, it's like we can't come back from that, or we're so devastated because the ego is built into all of that. But no, we should all be public servants, not just the lettered public servants, but that's what life should be about. It's about helping each other. It's about serving people. It's about taking care of those unable. I go to the centenarian who we interviewed years ago on this program, Cicely Morris from Penance in Clarendon, who said, she shared a gem with me. One of the gems she shared with me was, let's see if I can remember it. One of the gems that Cicely Morris shared, she said, help the weak if you're strong, help the old if you're young, keep a guard upon your tongue, and own a fault if you're wrong. Help the weak if you're strong, help the old if you're young, keep a guard upon your tongue, and own a fault if you're wrong. We just need to be true to ourselves and ultimately be true to everybody else. Life is too short to be wasted on pretentiousness and egotistical behavior. Life is more than that, much more than that. And it doesn't matter. And it's great to be able to work hard or work smart and accumulate resources. That's a wonderful thing. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But the truth is, we're all going to leave this earth at some point, and we'll have to leave those things behind. We can't take anything. We entered this world as naked as the day we were born, and we're going back naked. Yes, empty-handed. So it's a matter of what have we done? What are we doing? What will we do in furtherance of mankind? In making Jamaica a better place, in making the Caribbean a better region, in making the world a better place. We get an opportunity. We've been given the gift of life only for a time. And the question is, when it's all done and dusted, will those who come behind us find us faithful? To borrow the line from the title of Steve Green's song, and to paraphrase, will all those who come behind us find us faithful? By virtue of the work, what kind of footprints are we leaving behind? That's what life is about, and not that we're setting out necessarily, but it should be a part of our DNA: service, giving, sharing, helping, teaching, learning, passing it on. That's really what life is about. At the end of the day, look how many people have died as a result of COVID-19. How many people have died as a result of motor vehicle crashes in this country? More than 405. How many people have died as a result of murders committed in this country? We're all going to go at some point. Let us make our time here on earth count, because we never know. We never know. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, after the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4 o'clock.
Tune in to Farm Talk, 6:18 to 6:35 a.m. the first Tuesday of every month, and 6:18 to 6:45 p.m. the last Tuesday of every month for First San in the Field. Real issues, real solutions. Join the Newport First San team in the field as they identify problems and tell you how to address them. First San in the Field, Real Issues, Real Solutions is brought to you by Newport First San Jamaica Limited, the first on the land. COVID-19 has effectively changed our way of life, and to combat the pandemic, it's crucial that we focus on cutting-edge strategies to maintain proper sanitization, hygiene, and public health. Learn more about these cutting-edge strategies and get vital information that can help the individual and various sectors of society operate and thrive in the new normal by listening to the feature Maintenance Matters, airing every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. during Power Talk with Ronnie Thwaites. Maintenance Matters is brought to you by Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited, with head offices at 1 Eureka Road, Kingston 5. Telephone 876-920-4721-5. Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited. Get more than clean, get hygiene. That's Maintenance Matters during Power Talk, every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Damas on Power 106 FM is now 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday. 1 hour of solid advice, great interaction, and a belly full of laughs. That's Dear Pastor, now 1 power-packed hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday, here on Power 106 FM.
As I want
¿Qué hora es en espagnol? Son las 4:02. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:02. Tiens, tidienne-le. Se dien liang fen. 2 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon. It's a good time for us to, well, have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Robledo Black Pearl Michelle greets us. Good afternoon to you, Robledo Black Pearl Michelle. She says the vaccine would be able to cure the strain, but not the variant. Well, that's not what the scientist said, Robledo Black Pearl Michelle. Maybe you have more information than we do, but that's, yeah, I didn't hear that when I listened to that scientist on the BBC, who seemed to have been suggesting that the vaccine should be able to handle the variant. Michelle Malvo says, thank you for that positive word. Thank you very much for your listenership and support. And those of you on Facebook Live, we're happy to have you on Facebook Live. But we wouldn't mind if you were to check out our YouTube channel, the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel, because then you and for you to like and subscribe to the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel. There's no money. Don't be put off by the word subscribe. No money is involved. But that you would like the page or like the channel, and also subscribe and share, like and share it with others, so that we can get up to at least 1,000 subscribers. I think we only have maybe 100 and change right now. So it's up to you. You don't have to, but if you feel so, if you feel compelled so to do, then we would appreciate that. How about that? Thank you very much. All right, let's give you the forecast in just a moment. We meant to do this at the outset, and we're going to do that right now for those who want to get an idea of how conditions will be over the next few days. There's the National Meteorological Service says there's an induced trough across Jamaica. A weak cold front across central Cuba has induced meaning it has brought on or caused a trough across Jamaica. Now, as the cold front is expected to dissipate, it will just fade away. As the cold front is expected to dissipate later today, a high pressure ridge will build across the central Caribbean. How will that affect the weather conditions here in Jamaica? Well, partly cloudy skies across hilly inland areas, mainly fair tonight. On Wednesday, isolated showers across sections of northern parishes, mainly sunny elsewhere. Partly cloudy afternoon with isolated showers across hilly inland areas. Christmas Eve, Thursday, the 24th of December, partly cloudy morning across eastern parishes, mainly sunny elsewhere, partly cloudy afternoon with isolated showers across hilly inland areas. Christmas Day, Friday, the 25th, isolated morning showers across sections of northern parishes, mainly sunny elsewhere, partly cloudy afternoon, cool. Expect nighttime showers across sections of northern and southwestern parishes, and that's on Christmas Day. Northern and nighttime showers across sections of northern and southwestern parishes. So if we're going north, we're talking St. Anne, maybe parts of, we're talking St. Anne, Trelawney, St. Catherine. No, St. Catherine is down south. St. Anne, St. Anne, Trelawney. Yeah, those are up north there, and then if we're talking southwestern parishes, then we'd have to look at Manchester's more central. Clarendon, Manchester, central, south central. Then you go around from Manchester to St. Elizabeth, that's southwest for sure, and then keep going and you're on to Westmoreland, still going southwest. So that's an idea of where these nighttime showers will be on Christmas Day, or should we say Christmas night. We also must give you an update on COVID-19. Remember, the updates are published by 10 o'clock every morning, by 10, and the report is on the previous day. So far, within the last 24 hours, sadly, we lost 2 more people to COVID-19 in Jamaica. And those deaths bring to 288 the number of people who have died from COVID-19 in Jamaica. The latest victims, a 53-year-old female of a Kingston and St. Andrew address. 53, that's young. Oh boy. And a senior citizen, a 95-year-old male of a Westmoreland address whose death was previously under investigation. The loss of any life is regretted. Imagine how much more this 94-year-old could share with us, how much more knowledge, wisdom, and experience and understanding the 95-year-old could have shared with us. So it is. Condolences to the family, friends, colleagues, neighbors of the deceased. Within the last 24 hours, there have been 65 newly confirmed cases of COVID-19, and those cases push the overall number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Jamaica to 12,354. 12,354. The number of samples tested within the last 24 hours, 608. And since we started testing in Jamaica for COVID-19, 133,247 tests have been administered. 153 more people recovered from COVID-19 in Jamaica within the last 24 hours. 153 more people recovered from COVID-19 in Jamaica, pushing the recovery number to 9,266. 9,266 more people have recovered overall since we started collecting the data as a country. Active cases, 2,643. There are 52 people in what is called facility quarantine. That usually means a government administered quarantine program. So it's you're taken, for example, from the airport to a particular property which has the necessary systems in place for COVID-19, all the necessary infection prevention and control mechanisms. So 52 people are in those government facilities or government administered facilities. 29,493 are in home quarantine. 75 people are in hospital on account of COVID-19. 31 of them are moderately ill, and 6 are critically ill. If you need more information, you can visit moh.gov.jm. That's moh.gov.jm. Here's a warning coming through on the Gleaner app. The police are warning the public about fraudulent point-of-sale machines. Fraudulent point-of-sale machines. These are the machines that are used to swipe our cards, whether debit card or credit card or some other card, and would be then validated, etc., etc. The police are warning us that there are fraudulent point-of-sale machines out there. The public is being warned by the police's fraud squad about fraudulent activities involving point-of-sale machines. The police say in recent weeks, there has been an increase in reports of business operators losing their point-of-sale machines to criminals. That is serious. There has been an increase in reports of business operators losing their point-of-sale machines to criminals. What I'm thinking, though, just as how the telecoms companies are able to shut down cell phones, wouldn't the banks or the financial system apparatus that manages and monitors these machines, wouldn't they be able to shut them down as well? Well, maybe not. Otherwise, it wouldn't be necessary to put out this information out there. Business operators and customers are asked to be vigilant and to report any suspicious activity to the police. Here are a few tips from the police. For business operators, do not, and you know, the gas station attendants are notorious for this. They leave the point-of-sale machines on top of the gas dispensers, the pumps, and they go about, walk about, etc., and they're just there. I think there was a video circulating recently of a motorist who drove up. He obviously knew where the point-of-sale machine was, and he drove up beside the pump and just grabbed the point-of-sale machine and drove out of the gas station. I believe that happened in Jamaica. Right, so the business operators, do not leave your point-of-sale machines unattended. Do not give point-of-sale machines to customers without paying attention. Naturally, from time to time, they have to give them to the customers so that the customers can safely put in their PIN. But don't just leave up the customer with a point-of-sale machine like that. One moment, please.
Please want me to
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4:15.
Bringing the best of Jamaica to the world, the BSH, the best seat in the house, Jamaica, bshjamaica.com. Our exciting program mix will keep you interested 365 days a year. And listen to this, for Christmas, our special feature, The Jamaican Connection, gives you the opportunity to send greetings to your loved ones, no matter where they are on the planet. Log on to bshjamaica.com and share the compliments of the season with your special people. BSH, the ultimate Jamaican television channel, bshjamaica.com.
Join Jason Downer, Dawit Jeffrey, and Sekou Hunter every second and fourth Thursday at 8 p.m. live and exclusively on Power 106 FM for Magaba's Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Do you have a son? Are you the guardian for boys? Do you teach or work with boys? What are some of the challenges you face? Are you searching for answers? Are you concerned about the state of our nation boys and males in general? Raising boys, teaching boys, preparing boys. Magava Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Join us.
Tune into Farm Talk, 6:18 to 6:35 a.m. the first Tuesday of every month, and 6:18 to 6:45 p.m. the last Tuesday of every month for First and in the Field. Real issues, real solutions. Join the Newport First and team in the field as they identify problems and tell you how to address them. First and in the Field, Real Issues, Real Solutions is brought to you by Newport First and Jamaica Limited, the first on the land.
Listen to the story of the Jamaican diaspora on Diaspora Check-In every Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. during both sides of the story with host Dervan Malcolm, the story of Jamaicans at home and abroad. That's Diaspora Check-In every Wednesday during both sides of the story, brought to you by GK Western Union. Receive money directly into your bank account today.
For Christmas, no other kind of present.
Que hora es en español? Son las 4:17. Quelle heure est-il en français? Il est 4:17. 现在几点了？10点17分。17 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all the students listening to us, all the schoolers. Trust that you had a productive day of learning today. Yes, we know school is out. It's holiday time. But whether school is in or out, learning is always in. Learning is always in. Just remember that, young people. So we still hope you had a productive day of learning today. Hope you also managed to get in some physical activity, just as important as mental activity. As we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Yeah, because homework is always in. Whether school is in or out, it just means homework just means preparation. And as we always say, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Let's continue. We were sharing with you the story on trending on the Gleaner app. Online police warning the public about fraudulent point-of-sale machines. So the other tip for the business operators, verify that the machine belongs to your business before using it. And the tips now for the customers, sign up with your financial institution to get alerts on transactions. So once your card is used, you get a notification, just like a text message. You should check your receipts after transactions to ensure that the point of sale costs are correct. And always keep your credit or debit card in your line of sight. The police are urging Jamaicans to report any fraudulent transactions to the fraud squad, 876-971-3346. That's 971-3346 or the police 119 emergency number or the nearest police station. Once you have come upon fraud, report it. Report it. And let's see. Just seeing some information popping up. Online applications only for NHT contribution refunds. The National Housing Trust, NHT, says applications for contribution refunds will only be accepted online, effective January 2021. The National Housing Trust, NHT, says applications for contribution refunds will only be accepted online, effective January 2021. How do you apply? Well, you go to the NHT's website, or you have maybe one of your children or grandchildren go to the website, nht.gov.jm. And there's also the NHT mobile app, NHT Online. You can go there as well, NHT Online, which is available in Google Play Store and the App Store. And what kind of information will you need? Your National Insurance Scheme NIS number. You're going to need to put that into the computer. Your taxpayer registration number, TRN, and a valid identification, whether driver's license, passport, or voter's ID. You'll also need the registered names of the company or companies with which you would have worked and the years when you worked at those companies. And if you need help, don't worry about it. The NHT has various channels. You can email wecare@nht.gov.jm, wecare@nht.gov.jm, or call customer care 876-929-6500. That's 876-929-6500 or 888-225-5648. 888-225-5648. And the NHT is all over social media. You can get more information there. And news coming out of Jerusalem is that Israel's divided government is heading towards collapse at midnight tonight. A step that would trigger the country's fourth election in under 2 years and pose an unprecedented threat to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's lengthy grip on power. Same thing we're talking about earlier on. Netanyahu used to label his opponents as weak leftists. He finds himself confronted by a trio of disgruntled former aides, AIDS, who share his hardline ideology, led by a popular lawmaker who recently broke away from the Prime Minister's party. Whether Mr. Netanyahu can fend off these challengers or not, the country is almost certain to be led by a right-wing politician opposed to concessions to the Palestinians, complicating hopes by the incoming Biden administration to restart peace talks. Power is what power does. That's what it is. Power is what power does. So it is. And since we were talking about the vaccine earlier on, the German pharmaceutical company, and I've heard the German officials saying BioNTech, but BBC has been saying BioNTech. So let's go with BioNTech. German pharmaceutical company BioNTech is confident that its coronavirus vaccine works against the new UK variant, but further studies are needed to be completely sure. According to its chief executive, the variant detected mainly in London and the southeast of England in recent weeks has sparked concern worldwide because of signs that it may spread more easily. While there is no indication it causes more illness, serious illness, numerous countries in Europe and beyond have restricted travel from the UK as a result. Boy, COVID-19 has so far killed more than 1.7 million people across the world. What a tragedy. What a tragedy. And apparently there's more to come. More deaths to come. But we still have to do what we need to do in order to minimize the possibility of being infected with the virus. And here's this. Here's another story that's trending. Now, this is a country where a lot of us, we're told, a lot of us are struggling. And it is true, a lot of us are struggling. But listen to this. The police have had to create signs that say police to Price Smart. Apparently, the police are reporting that temporary traffic signs have been placed in the vicinity of Price Smart on Red Hills Road, St. Andrew, to alleviate the traffic congestion along that thoroughfare. There was gridlock along roads leading to the popular superstore as shoppers descended on the location. The police say with the new traffic system, motorists who are desirous of entering Price Mart are being advised to turn left at Hillview Terrace, make the second right, then next right onto Valentine Drive and into Price Mart. The police will also be on location to monitor the flow of traffic in that area. So even in the midst of all that's happening with respect to COVID-19, even in the midst of all of that, our people are continuing to shop. I don't want to say shop till they drop. We hope they don't fall, but yeah, some serious shopping is going on. And don't say it's only rich people shopping. Please forget that. It's not only rich people shopping at Price Mart. Please. Right? But this is how our people are. Our people are ambitious. Our people, I've said before on this program that I think we have a fear of being left behind as a people. So we can't see the Christmas train going by and let it pass us by. We have to be a part of that. Right? Eh? No. We don't think about January. January will take care of itself. Right? Because, and let's face it though, a reality that parents and guardians have to deal with is the children. The children are seeing the lights and they're excited by the lights and they're seeing all these toys because the stores know how to get the children's attention and they run the ads and they're in your face, right? And then the children, mommy, daddy, auntie, grandma, can I get that? And so on. And then whether they have it or not, they find a way. Jamaicans find a way. Now, we're not talking about the illegal way. We will hope that the way that they find is the legal way. That's our hope. But what is clear by virtue of the stolen machines that we mentioned, the card machines and the stolen animals and which then become carcasses, all of that tends to happen this time of year because everybody wants to be a part of it. As Janet Otimonteith says on Facebook, if an egg, we are in the red. And that's how we are. Jamaicans, we are a trending people. we not only set the trend, but we follow the trend. Right? And that is a part of it's apparently, I don't know if it's in our DNA or it's in the culture, but it is what it is. And that we can always count on, it seems, our family members, friends, colleagues who are overseas to send a little something. And because of where our dollar is, when we get the little something from overseas, it goes a far way. When you think of the pound, for example, which is almost 200 to 1. Hey, when you get that in Jamaica, enough money. One moment, please.
Or give them all away.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30.
Why wait in line to clear shipments at customs? Simply use the express clearance process to clear shipments at or below $5,000. Ask your authorized agent to prepare and submit your goods declarations to customs. Your agent may also clear the items on your behalf. You may contact Jamaica Customs at 876-922-51408 or email public.relations@jca.gov.jm for details. The Jamaica Customs Agency wishes all our stakeholders a peaceful and safe holiday and a happy new year.
COVID-19 has effectively changed our way of life, and to combat the pandemic, it's crucial that we focus on cutting-edge strategies to maintain proper sanitization, hygiene, and public health. Learn more about these cutting-edge strategies and get vital information that can help the individual and various sectors of society operate and thrive in the new normal by listening to the feature Maintenance Matters, airing every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. during Power Talk with Ronnie Thwaites. Maintenance Matters is brought to you by Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited, with head offices at 1 Eureka Road, Kingston 5. Telephone 876-920-4721-5. Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited. Get more than clean, get hygiene. That's Maintenance Matters during Power Talk, every other Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Join Jason Downer, Dawit Jeffrey, and Sekou Hunter every second and fourth Thursday at 8 p.m. live and exclusively on Power 106 FM for Magaba's Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Do you have a son? Are you the guardian for boys? Do you teach or work with boys? What are some of the challenges you face? Are you searching for answers? Are you concerned about the state of our nation boys and males in general? Raising boys, teaching boys, preparing boys. Magaba Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Join us.
Tune into Farm Talk, 6:18 to 6:35 a.m. the first Tuesday of every month, and 6:18 to 6:45 p.m. the last Tuesday of every month for First Hand in the Field. Real issues, real solutions. Join the Newport First Hand team in the field as they identify problems and tell you how to address them. First Hand in the Field, Real Issues, Real Solutions is brought to you by Newport First Hand Jamaica Limited, the first on the land.
No presents under the tree.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 28. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5 heures moins 28. 现在几点了？5点加28分。28 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Hello to Norman Hines. Thank you very much for tuning in. Good to have you join us. All the very best. And Janet Ottimon-Teeth is online, as we indicated earlier on. Oh my goodness, look at these messages. We've been missing tons of... Whoa. Where do we start? Goodness. Let's go with this one. Who is this? Okay, this is... Oh, this is from... let's see. Okay, we'll come back to that one. But in the meantime, let's do this one. Oh, we'll clear this. From Franklin McDonald, formerly of the National Resources Conservation Authority. He says, Season's greetings. Your statement on the crime statistics is food for thought. You also need to add that Jamaica is in a region which has been experiencing a similar upswelling or a rising and crime statistics which are almost identical to Jamaica, so which is also a regional problem. You're spot on, Mr. McDonald. Thank you very much. Season's greetings to you and yours as well. All the very best. Cuban in Georgia says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm. Have a great and peaceful Christmas. Same to you, Cuban in Georgia. He says, God bless you until such time. It seems the former and past leaders have no, let's just use the sophisticated term, testicular fortitude whatsoever as responsible leaders. When England, they got a good system compared to what's left there now. All right, Cuban in Georgia, you have some English experience. I didn't know that. Errol in Spanish Town says, hi, Dervan. This is a message to the Minister of Security. Stop announcing curfews and where you're going, place cameras. Don't tip off criminals by announcing it over the radio. Just do it, says Errol in Spanish Town. Hope the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security is listening, the Honorable Horace Chang. Let's see who else is messaging us. Moralist says, truth is inspired and guarded by God, and it will triumph over all opposition. If we are willing to acknowledge it, it is a wonderful thing, says Moralist. And there's a reference here, Acts of the Apostles by E.G. White. H. Morgan in Birmingham says, Mr. Malcolm, good evening. Good afternoon. We know it's evening time in the UK. It's 9:36 p.m. in the UK right now. So it's evening time, going into night time. I heard you mention about the new strain of virus in the UK. One of the reasons why we're in this predicament is that people are not following the rules to keep each other safe, especially our own color, black. I was in London at the start of the weekend and had to hastily return home. And our government always waits till the last minute to take action when it's too late. I do applaud the Jamaican government who took steps early to protect the nation. No one is perfect, but people must follow instructions to keep themselves safe. Thank you, H. Morgan in Birmingham. All the best to you. This one says, good afternoon, Dervan. Please, can you ask our MP, Miss Lisa Hanna, why is it we have such pure, I think you mean poor water system in the Claremont area, Ramble, and also the Tri-C area of Claremont? Are we, what's this, of Claremont? We have a well in Claremont, so please ask her why we're having water problems. Please, sir, thanks. And then there's a follow-up message. Shortly after I text you, your radio station broke down, so we're not hearing anything now either. Oh dear. So your water system popping down and Power 106 popping down. What a thing. Sorry to hear that. Well, don't know if anybody close to Ms. Hannah is listening. If you could bring to her attention the concerns, the needs of her constituents. Thank you very much. Jennifer from Q Road in Kencott says, please turn on live chat on the YouTube. Oh, how do you do that? I thought it would be automatic. It's not? How do you turn on live chat? I thought it was automatic. Mind you, I was wondering why no one was chatting, but I thought it was automatic, and as it is now, the system is not allowing me to. What should I be doing here? Live chat. Yeah, it says live chat. Oh, yes, I need to enable. Okay, enable. Allow live chat. But I thought that's what hold on. So why is it not enabling? I'm pressing it. Seconds between messages. This lets fans communicate with you and each other while you're live. Well, go live. What do I need to do? I thought Live chat. 60 seconds between messages. Allow live chat. Edit moderators. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to figure this out on my own because the system is not allowing me to enable live chat. So I'm not sure why or why not. We'll come back to that. Audrey Smith in the UK says, enjoying this Tuesday afternoon. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Jennifer in Q Road, Kencott. Well, you have to tell us how to enable live chat because the last time we were on, it was automatic. I'm not sure what would have changed between then and now. She says, good afternoon, Dervan. Please send shout out to Mrs. Sybil Thompson for me. I know she's listening right now. Hello, Miss Sybil Thompson from Jennifer in Q Road, Kencott. This one says, not for the air, please. Let me see. Well, we can tell you the name of the tire company. It's Jamaica Ultimate Tire Company Limited. That's where we were yesterday. Jamaica Ultimate Tire Company Limited. They're at 104 Maxfield Avenue. And I believe, is it 4:30 or 5 o'clock? They go until, and they're open on Saturdays as well. All right, hope you got that. I won't call your name because you obviously didn't want your name to be called. But there is the information for you. Just call them Jamaica Ultimate Tire Company. How about that? Let's check in with the text messages now. Goodness, look at this. Let's see. Whoa. What's today's date? Today is the 22nd. So let's move up. Move up. So we're here now. What's this one saying? I'm not seeing. No, for whatever reason, I'm not able to access this message. Sorry about that. Let's move to another message. Good day, Dervan. Happy holidays. It's not Mr. Holness causing the murders. It's our deprived, or do you mean depraved? Or depraved mentality or savagery and the inability of successive governments to go and get the guns and make us pay when we are caught after doing our murderous acts. Yeah, well, you're essentially agreeing with the point that was made earlier on. As we said, no one government, no one minister, no one police commissioner is going to fix this problem. It's a serious problem. We still have communities in Jamaica where those who have the guns, whether because they're high on something or otherwise, they just start bust a lot of shot, just fire shot for no reason at all. But of course we know the reason. That can have an intimidatory effect. So you know, first of all, that the man them in the community is strapped, so to speak. Right? So watch yourself. Those of you who are looking to come into the community to try and do harm or whatever. But at the same time, it's saying to the people who live in the community, see, I'm blind, hear and deaf, essentially. Because you know that famous line from the movie. Yeah, well, we can't repeat that here, but yeah, but it's I don't understand. It's almost as if the police expect some of these communities. They expect it because they know people would have called and told them of the gunshots firing in the community. But I don't get the impression that is being dealt with. But it is a problem right across Jamaica. There are people who have guns, whether legal or illegal, but mostly illegal, who just decide to fire the gun whenever. Right? And they're not in the air. They're not firing blanks either. Yeah, serious thing.
Present will do.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
Join Jason Downer, David Jeffrey, and Saku Hunter every second and fourth Thursday at 8 p.m. live and exclusively on Power 106 FM for Magaba's Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Do you have a son? Are you the guardian for boys? Do you teach or work with boys? What are some of the challenges you face? Are you searching for answers? Are you concerned about the state of our nation boys and males in general? Raising boys, teaching boys, preparing boys. Magava Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Join us.
Listen to the story of the Jamaican diaspora on Diaspora Check-In every Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. during both sides of the story with host Dervan Malcolm, the story of Jamaicans at home and abroad. That's Diaspora Check-In every Wednesday during both sides of the story, brought to you by GK Western Union. Receive money directly into your bank account today.
Both sides of the story.
Tune in this and every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. for Kids Connect during both sides of the story with host Dervan Malcolm to hear from children in a discussion series on building a strong relationship with your child. We invite children to call in and voice their concerns. Kids Connect is brought to you by the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA. Every child deserves protection. And Rise Life Management Services, 57 East Street, Kingston. That's Kids Connect during both sides of the story at 3:30 p.m. this and every Tuesday right here on Power 106 FM.
Both sides of the story.
And that will be the world to me. I want to share your kisses for Christmas.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 13. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5 heures moins 13. 现在几点了？5点加13分。13 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Thank you very much. In the meantime, we're encouraging you to like and share and subscribe to the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel. Please do, so that we get some more numbers. I think the numbers are weak right now. And I think we would need a minimum of 1,000 subscribers in order to be able to go live from a smartphone as opposed to a laptop. So every and anybody can go live on YouTube using a laptop. But you need at least 1,000 subscribers to be allowed to go live from your smartphone. So that's, and we have thousands of friends on Facebook. So all we need is for the thousands of friends on Facebook to subscribe and like the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel, and you're good to go. Tyrone says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. I have noticed that you usually lead off your program, both sides of the story, with songs that are, among other things, inspirational. I recommend the song A Man and a Train by Marty Robbins. It is a crafty comparison of the train and its capabilities and a man in pursuit of his dreams. If you choose not to play it on air, you may still listen in your private space. It is artistry at its finest. We'll take your word for it, but we'll still check it out. Tyrone Bernard, thank you very much for sharing. Was that you at Jamaica Ultimate Tire Company yesterday? Yeah, I'm sure I called to you at the company, and then I turned around and turned back around, so to speak, and you were not there. I think that was you. Please confirm if that was you at Jamaica Ultimate Tire Company yesterday. Let's see. All right, let's hold the messages there right now. there's some more information we wanted to share with you, if you don't mind. Some encouraging news here with all the issues we've been having with reliable internet service. The story is that the government has gotten a donation of fiber optic cables to boost broadband connectivity. The government has received a donation of 650 kilometers of fiber optic cable from local cable television providers and the island's two major toll road operators to help improve the nation's broadband connectivity. The cable television operators include the island's two largest cable providers and 34 smaller rural cable providers. The fiber optic cables will form part of the national fiber optic communication backbone to enable high-speed data services among public government facilities. We've been fortunate to have a good response from the private sector, specifically private owners of fiber optic cables, Operations Manager Traffic Management Unit and the National Works Agency, Michael Saunderson, said. He was speaking at a press conference on national broadband connectivity hosted by the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology on December 15. So that's a dated story. Perhaps too much news within the last few days since the 15th. So you save this one for the lesser, the less trafficked news time. What they call the dry season. Anyway, so it is. But it's still a useful, it's an excellent initiative because we need all hands on deck. That's what we're talking about. No one individual, no one government, no one leader can do it. We need all hands on deck. Here's another one, and I don't know if our listener who is always telling us about repatriation is listening, but he would be happy to know that Jamaica has welcomed a historic flight from Nigeria. Jamaica yesterday welcomed its first flight from Lagos, Nigeria, to the Sangster International Airport in St. James. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, was on hand to greet Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Jeffrey Onyema, along with other delegates who arrived on the flight carrying just under 150 persons. That's some serious numbers for a first flight. Well done, Nigeria. And I'm not surprised. The Nigerian High Commissioner, such a charming lady, a hard worker, and I've had the pleasure of being in her company a few times. And she would have led this initiative. Well done to her. The minister said that she was truly delighted that after 400 years of shared history, Jamaica and Nigeria could celebrate this historic direct charter flight from Lagos to Montego Bay. What they could organize, they might need some sponsorship though, would be a series of trips or an annual series of trips that Calabar High School students would go on, because Calabar in Jamaica has origins in Nigeria. When some of the slaves who were brought from Nigeria were brought and would have been handled at the port city. There's a port city in Nigeria called Calabar. The port city in Nigeria is called Calabar. When the slave trade, at some point in the slave trade, the first group of Africans was brought to Jamaica back in 1513, not by the British or the English as they were back then, not by the English, but by the Spanish. The Spanish were the first to bring slaves to Jamaica. And the first group of African slaves was brought to Jamaica in 1513. And some of those slaves would have come from that port city, Calabar in Nigeria. So when they were taken from off the ship or ships, one of those ships docked in the area that is now known as Rio Bueno, near that area, Rio Bueno in Trelawney. And the slaves, originally from Calabar, the port city in Nigeria, they looked around and they thought the place looked so much like Calabar. They thought they had not left Calabar in Nigeria. And so they started saying Calabar, Calabar. So the place eventually was called, and there's still a place in Trelawney called Calabar. In fact, that is where the Baptist ministers, let's see if I can, the Baptist ministers, William Knibb, is it Thomas Burchell, and what's the other man's name? They when they came up with the idea of training native Baptist ministers, they started Calabar Theological College, which subsequently gave birth to Calabar High School, etc., etc. You can read the history. So it would be an excellent idea between Calabar High School, or let's see, Calabar High School, the Nigerian High Commission in Jamaica, and the Foreign Affairs Ministry in Nigeria, to organize that kind of a trip, maybe even an exchange program. Just a thought. I mean, other schools would be free to do that, but I'm just saying, because of the connection between Calabar High School and Nigeria, it might be, it might in and of itself create quite an opportunity. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Tuesday, the 22nd of December, 2020, 3 days away from Christmas Day, 9 days away from 2021. And we thank you. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
The rest is on me, tinsel and show. You're all I want, my darling. Add candle glow and mistletoe. As far as I'm concerned, Santa doesn't have to load a sleigh. He can mark my other gifts returned, or give them all away. I only want your loving for Christmas. No other kind of present will do. You're all I want, my darling. Please want me to. Please want me to. Please want me to, as I want you.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible.
Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's News at 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Dervan Gordon. Coming up in the news segment of Beyond the Headlines today, Tuesday, December 22, 2020. Video footage surfaces of irate passengers on yesterday's flight from the UK after they were told they would be quarantined. WHO calls meeting for tomorrow to discuss strategies to counter a new, more infectious variant of the coronavirus. Police investigate murder of 17-year-old girl in Clarendon. Probe underway into major suspected international cocaine ring between Jamaica and the UK. In business news,